Campbell fighting.
Lomachenko.
Campbell's fighting Lomachenko next. They announced it tonight.
Yeah.
Right, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I think Lomachenko will beat Campbell. I give Campbell.
He should do, yeah.
Because Lomachenko, for example, he fought Rigondeaux, one of the best fighters. Rigondeaux's got about 386 amateur fights and a couple of like 2-3 losses. You know, I think I give Campbell a chance. He has 2 losses on his record. Lomachenko has 1 loss on his record. So I give, for me, in the early rounds, I give Campbell a couple of rounds in the early rounds. Later on, I think Lomachenko will come in and just see an opening and probably KO or TKO.
So I watched Lomachenko against Krolla in his last fight, and I wasn't backing Krolla because I knew what a weapon that Lomachenko was. But I was sort of thinking, if you do this, you can get it. If you do this, you can get it. And then I realised when they got into the fight, and I watched it, and I was like, on the day, I couldn't see a way that Krolla could possibly win. As in, Lomachenko seemed to cover every base. He was all over him.
Jab
he was
to the body,
the perfect fighter. So from this point, I have like ultimate respect for Lomachenko. I can't see him losing to anyone fighting. It's Crawford to go down in weight and Lomachenko to come slightly up. Maybe fight at just the weight under welterweight.
The thing he can be 140, so you can move up the weight division. So up to 140.
I think if they fight at lightweight, Crawford, Lomachenko, not only would that earn a shitload of money, but that would also be a great fight. Because stylistically they're very different as well. Lomachenko loves to sit behind the jab, whereas Terence Crawford loves to get involved. So I think that would be a great fight. But we were about to move on to the main event.
Dillian Whyte and Rivas.
Whyte-Rivas. It's a difficult one because I'm a big Whyte fan. As in, I want him to knock out Wilder, Joshua. I don't know about Fury because I'm a big fan of both. So I'd like to see the fight, maybe, but I feel like Fury's like an awkward kind of fighter where I feel like he can keep everyone at bay. But in terms of Whyte tonight, I enjoyed the fight, but in terms of what the judges scored, I'm not completely convinced.
For me,
one of the judges scored, I think, 116, 111. I'm not completely convinced by those scores because I said to my mate, just as the fight ended, I said to him, I would give it to Whyte purely on the fact that he's the home fighter. And that was it. As in, it was that close that I would give it to him on the fact that he was the home fighter. I know a lot of judges bear that in mind. So I think the scorecards were a bit wide for me personally watching it up close because I didn't see any round that Whyte dominated, but then obviously Rivas knocked him down. And I said to my mate, he's got to knock him down to get the result. And then when he didn't knock him down, but I think he did have the upper hand in the last couple of rounds. Maybe not the last one, but 2 before that. And then I was like, yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen, but I hope they give the benefit of the doubt to the home fighter. And I'm glad they did because I've seen enough fights of British fighters going abroad and getting fucked over by the judges. So
it could be similar to...
I feel like Whyte deserved it tonight. I'm happy he got it tonight because if right now Rivas was a heavyweight contender and going for the title, I wouldn't give a shit. But the fact that Whyte's a heavyweight contender now, he's got the interim title, that's all that matters. He didn't have to take this fight if he didn't want to. This was a more difficult fight than he had to take.